Fantasy football is very, very fun because of the punishments, and you found this video because you want to find the best possible one for your league, and you want to do one that's actually fun and gonna be pretty interesting to see and not something stupid like the random stuff everybody puts for 5-year-olds. So let's get into the top 20 best fantasy football punishments that you've never heard, and they get progressively worse and more intense as the video goes on, so make sure to stick around to the end. And if you don't want to be the person in your league that finishes in last place and has to do all of these punishments, go ahead and subscribe to this page real quick. I drop fantasy football advice all season long, and you probably don't want to run that risk, do you? But number 20, possibly the most funny of them all, is the mall trip. The loser has to walk around in the mall or a public place that you choose in a random costume that you pick out for them. It can be stupid, it can be insane, you can make them an animal if you want to, if you catch what I'm saying. Do whatever you want, but the loser has to go around, take pictures with people, make a scene, do whatever you guys want him to do. This one is super easy. You can do it in a mall, any public place, a busy street if you live near a city, and you can get any costume or outfit you want on Amazon or Temu, even if you want to go the cheap option. And again, to make this more interesting and level it up, the winner can pick what the loser wears, or you can vote on it as a league, and you can implement dares, and he's not allowed to leave the mall until he finishes a certain amount of dares. But moving down to number 19, getting a little bit worse, is the hot wing challenge. And by the way, make sure to like this video if you haven't already, so you can save it for when you decide to make your league punishment and you don't forget these great ideas. But this one's pretty self-explanatory. Go to any wing spot in your area and make the loser eat the atomic wings. Whatever the hottest wings they have there, get them an order. Sometimes they do have challenges at these wing spots, and make him finish the entire thing in a certain amount of time. And if he doesn't, he's not allowed to get any milk or ice cream when he's done. This one is especially good if a lot of people in your league cannot handle hot foods. If you don't want to go get wings, you can also do the one chip challenge. I feel like that might be a little bit worse, because at least the chicken wings actually taste good, you know, at least it's chicken. But some of the places here that you can get this done at is Buffalo Wild Wings. They have the Blazing Wings Challenge. You eat wings with their blazing sauce, whatever that means. It's made with Carolina Reapers, so it's got to be hot. Wingstop has the Atomic Wings. They are graded some of the hottest wings sold at just public restaurants in the world. Quaker Steak and Lube has a spot with triple Atomic Wings. They make you sign a waiver before you actually start the challenge, so if you have a spot like that, I mean, I've never heard of it, but hey, it might be near you. Or pretty much any wing spot is going to have a place for you. That is a great option. A lot of places you can go. But number 18 is the calendar photo shoot. I think this one is absolutely hilarious. The loser of your league has to get a professional calendar photo shoot done, and if you guys know what that is, pretty much you get some dude to take some photos and you put it on an actual calendar, and now you can take this as far as you want. You can make them wear a Speedo, you know, whatever costumes you want, anything that's stupid that you think they're going to look funny in and they won't want to do. Pick that. And they're going to have a different picture for every month of the year, so you can actually use these calendars. You can give the calendars to everybody in your league, maybe even friends and family if you want to really embarrass them. This one's at number 18 because it's a one and done thing, but the effects are going to last a long time, because trust me, nobody's throwing away those calendars. But if you don't want to go the expensive route, you don't have to hire a photographer. A lot of times there's studios or freelance people in your area that can take them for you, or the league winner can take them for you and do whatever you want, do it the cheap option, and then just go to some website and create it on a calendar and have it shipped to you. At number 17, we have stand-up comedy. I love this one because a lot of people do have fear of public speaking, and if you're getting in front of a crowd of 50 or 60 people, it's gonna be pretty embarrassing for those people, but also you're gonna have to make jokes and actually try to be funny. So that's a whole nother level of difficulty. The loser has to go perform at an open mic night in your area. If you live near a city or in a city, this is gonna be a lot easier because there's a bunch more bars and clubs and just social gatherings at those places, but you can look up on Google pretty much anything. You can give him a script of jokes he has to say, doesn't matter what they are, or you can just throw him out there and let him do what he wants, and maybe he'll be good, maybe he'll be bad. At number 16, it's the grocery store announcement, and I know you've seen videos like this somewhere on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is. It's simple, but you have to be quick. Go to a local grocery store or a really populated store, get the PA system, and make an announcement there. The winner gets to pick whatever announcement you have to make. Maybe you can announce that you're getting pregnant, get creative with it, give him an air horn and make him run around the store putting off this air horn until he gets kicked out, trying to evade the security. Pick something embarrassing you want the loser to do, make him do it in a grocery store, make an announcement, make it funny, and make sure to record it so you have that video for later. Number 15, we're starting to get to the really, really good stuff. The public sing-along is next up, and the loser has to sing a song chosen by the winner in a public place. This one is pretty tough. I cannot sing, and I promise you most people can't. And there is no excuses to get out of this one. I promise you, anywhere you live, there is a crowded street, a public place, anywhere where you can go to go sing your heart out. Pick anywhere in your area, give them a mic. Maybe you can buy one from Amazon that just projects your voice, a megaphone even if you want to go that route. Give them a tip jar and have them go crazy, sing one song, two, whatever you make the number, and play it up and see how big you can get the crowd. But number 14 is the haircut, and I know a lot of people are very particular about their hair, so this one's gonna suck. But hey, if they're scared, they're clearly not confident about their ability to win the league, so maybe you need to subscribe to this page to get out of that situation. But the league or the winner gets to choose a haircut that the loser has to wear and has to have on on his head for an extended period of time. Most of the time, it'll probably just be till it grows out, which is going to be a month, depending on what haircut you give him. And who knows, maybe they'll like it at the end. You can make him go bald, give him a reverse mohawk, whatever you want to do. Go crazy, just don't lose. Keeping it going at number 13 is the infamous Waffle House Challenge, and I've personally had this in some of my leagues. The loser has to spend 24 hours in a Waffle House, and for every waffle that he eats, he shaves an hour off that 24 hours. And I don't care who you are not eating 20 waffles, so they're gonna be there for at least 6-7 hours. Now, if it were me, I don't want to stay in that Waffle House for 24 hours watching him eat these waffles. FaceTime him, check in, see how it's going, or make him record the whole thing, document it, and put a video together at the end for you guys to share. And you can't quite get out of this one, because if you don't have a Waffle House, you can do a Taco Bell, a McDonald's, pretty much any 24-hour restaurant in your area. Every Big Mac they eat is an hour off, just make it your own. But number 12, we're getting close to that very scary top 10. It's the milk mile, and I know you've seen this on TikTok everywhere. It absolutely stinks. The loser has to drink 1 glass of milk and then run a lap around the track for every single loss that they had. So if they had 10 losses in the fantasy season, that's 10 laps and 10 glasses of milk. You can put whatever rules you want on this, make them do it in a stupid outfit, put a time restraint on it, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you clean up the throw up afterwards. But number 11, dinner date with a mannequin, and this one can quite literally go as high as number 5 depending on what you do for this. As you can tell, the loser has to take a mannequin on a dinner date one-on-one by themselves at a fancy restaurant and make it legit. Now, you can go as high quality as you want for this mannequin. You can get a really cheap one. You can get like a high quality, like good looking mannequin. They have them on Amazon, trust me. Actually, wait, no, don't trust me, that's not what I meant. But they have some pretty wild ones that I guarantee you I cannot show on screen. You can get a dude, a woman, an animal, whatever you want. Put the mannequin with them, watch them go. And the funny thing about this is that you can go make reservations to this restaurant and sit next to them, but not with them. So you can watch the entire date go down without being seen. But number 10, this is where it starts getting wild, and I appreciate you for sticking this long in the video. We got some good ones left, so do not skip this video yet. Number 10, sabotage bingo night. Find a local place that does bingo in your area and just scream bingo knowing you don't have it until you get kicked out. And trust me, it will happen very fast because old people do not mess around with bingo. You can get this done at a bingo hall. There's a lot of places that actually hold bingo events, like schools a lot of times have them, high schools, community colleges sometimes, community centers. Just look up online, Google whatever they have near your area. You can even do it at a retirement home if you really want to be insane, but I would not recommend that. Number 9 is one and done, but it is tricky. It's the car wash punishment. The loser has to run through an automatic actual car wash wearing whatever outfit the winner picks. You gotta just run through this car wash, hope to survive. I mean, I don't even know if this is really possible, but you gotta try it anyways. There isn't too much to this one, but make it out alive. Again, I just thought of an idea. Also, as a punishment, they have washable spray paint and like chalk. You could write on the loser's car, cheater, or whatever kind of message you want and have them keep it on their car for a certain amount of time. That's a pretty good punishment I just made up now. Feel free to use that too. But number 8 might just be the most tedious and annoying punishment of all time, and that is the SAT. The loser has to go take the SAT and keep retaking it until they get a score above 1,000. Now, I'm not gonna lie, 1,000 isn't that high. If you don't do any studying or any prep, you should be able to get 1,000 on the SAT, but if you don't, have fun going and doing it a million times. Pretty much every local high school or community college has a testing center for SATs, so it's not hard to get one if you want to do it. Just register online, hopefully pass it with a good score. And for an added bonus, if you do want to make it even more difficult, give the loser some laxatives before they go take the test. But number 7, the infamous viral video. The loser has to create an embarrassing video and post it on TikTok of the winner's choice, and they have to keep posting it until they get 5,000 views. Now, you can change this number. 5,000 might be a lot, but whatever number the winner chooses and what the league chooses, you gotta stick with that number. Now, I've seen people go on day 100, day 50 with these challenges and eventually end up getting a good following from it. So, hey, maybe he'll become a content creator. But you can be as diabolical as making them do the cinnamon challenge every single time until they get 5,000 views, embarrassing thirst traps, dances, whatever you want. But number 6, we're getting absolutely diabolical now, is the public proposal. The loser has to go propose to another member in the league in a public place and make it as believable as possible. I mean, you gotta dress up, you gotta get a fake ring. You can get one on Amazon for pretty cheap. Do everything you gotta do to make this insane. And bonus points if you can convince some girl to do it, or boy, whoever's the loser in your league, to actually make it look believable. I'm sure somebody has a sister or a friend that'll do it because it's absolutely hilarious. But whoever you pick, they have to say no, and it has to be like a very big event, and everybody in the mall and the public area is gonna see this, and you know it's gonna go down. You can look up some YouTube pranks to get more inspiration. I promise you, a million people have done it before. But moving into the top 5, we are getting tough. Make sure to share this video with your league mates so they can pick what punishment they want to do, but it's the eyebrows. This is pretty self-explanatory. If you lose the league, you have to shave one or both of your eyebrows off. and that's just tough because it takes forever for them to grow back. And you might be thinking to yourself, how in the world is shaving your eyebrows off only at number 5? Well, this list gets a lot worse. But hey, just make sure you don't lose. But number 4 on this list, the loser in your fantasy football league has to get a terrible spray tan. And this one is absolutely insane. Me personally, I'm pretty pale. I can't go past with this. I would literally look insane. The loser has to get a spray tan, and the winner picks how intense the tan is. Me personally, I go for the most intense, but it's pretty simple. You can get very dark tans depending on where you go. You can also take the more cheap route and get one like at home kit by yourself and do it. Either way, most spray tans last about a week, so it's gonna be a tough week for them. But you can get them done at salons, spas, fitness centers, or again, go to Walmart, get the self-tanning stuff. But moving into the top 3, guys, if you've made it this far, make sure to drop a like. It'll help everybody in the world get better fantasy football punishments, and it would help me out a ton. I'd very much appreciate it. But it is the national anthem prank / punishment. This one's tough. Like, you gotta actually be insane if you're considering doing these top 3. This one will take a bit of planning, but it will be a core memory for your entire life. You have to get the loser to sing the national anthem at some kind of event. Now, obviously, you won't get this at an NFL game unless you actually have motion like that, and if you do, I suggest you don't do this punishment. But you can do something more manageable. Get into a high school game. Maybe your siblings have rec leagues or just public basketball, football, volleyball leagues that you can get into. It's actually a lot easier than you'd think. You can email or reach out to coaches, referees, game directors, just anybody that sets up and is involved in these sporting events. Email them ahead of time, be like, yo, I want to sing the national anthem, whatever. Make it like as believable as possible, and I guarantee you if you email and reach out to enough people, they will let you do it, especially if it's a smaller, laid-back venue. But do this at your own risk. But top 2, this is the best of the best punishments that only the legit insane human beings can do, and this is the hitchhike. Give the loser a costume of the winner's choice or league vote depending on what you want to do. Drive him to a random place near your area as far as you want to go, drop him off there, and make him find his way back home. I would suggest allowing them to have their phone just in case, but no Ubers, no taxis, no nothing to get them home that way. They got to do it the real way. This one is especially bad because the fantasy football season ends when it's cold outside, so they're going to be dealing with the elements too. And this one can be dangerous, so make sure to equip your mans with weapons, flashlights, whatever he's got to do to make his way home. Again, take him as far as you want or as short as you want. It's up to you guys, but this one can be hilarious. If you want to level it up, if they don't find their way back home in a certain amount of time, they have to do a dare. You can pick whatever you want for that. But what we've all been waiting for, the number 1 worst punishment that your league could possibly implement that you need to use right now, is the streaker punishment. All of the league members have to go to a sporting event. You make the loser streak the field, and he has to try to make it out untouched. Now, depending on how serious you want this to go, you can do it at a high school game, football, basketball, whatever it is, rec league, little league. You go as serious as going to a professional game, D1 basketball, college football, whatever it is, maybe even the NFL, and make them wear whatever you want. Again, it can be close to nothing. They could have something sharpied on their back saying fantasy football loser. You can have so many different creative ideas with this. Just make sure they find an exit and you plan this out so when they go across, they don't just get stuck and get tackled eventually, because that's not what you want. But those are the top 20 best fantasy football punishments you can use today to make your league 10 times more fun. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe. I drop fantasy football advice all season long, so if you are in jeopardy of losing, make sure to follow this page.